Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, I haven't said that in a while. I'm so excited. Now I hope that you can hear me at least because the ocean is loud. I'm by the ocean, so I'm very much excited. I'm gonna try to scoot back a bit. It's such a chilled weather, but it's windy. But apart from the wind, the sun is hot and shining. Somebody with their drone. The sun is hot and shining, and the wind is not cold, but I think it's gonna get cold in a couple of hours. I was chilling, relaxing, doing my Bible study, and then it started getting windy, but super excited. So thought, man, let me just get on YouTube, and just yap. It's the perfect setting. The ocean is in front of me. Let me show you all the ocean. So this is my view, guys. That's my view. You're looking at me and I'm looking at the ocean. Very cutesy. So today I decided to come by the ocean so that I can have a different setting for my Bible study and chat sermon. So I decided in the morning that I'm not gonna listen to my service. Somebody on their drone. I'm not gonna listen to the church service now. I'm gonna go by the ocean and listen to it. And now that I'm here, I'm like, why don't I do this often? Like, I don't know why I don't do this often. This is very nice. The weather is nice. The ocean is nice. And it's such a beautiful feeling to be outside of the house finally, because I've been in the house kind of feeling sorry for myself, guys. I don't know what it is. I don't know why we're all going through a lot at this point in life, but I was just like, you know what, plus it was that time of the month, I was all up in the emotions. What is the purpose of life? What is the point? Why are we all here at this point? My friend was laughing at me saying that, hey, when are you during that time of the month you go, hey, you are Goa, and I'm like, yo, Sana, I Goa. I will ask what is the meaning of life because wow. But today I woke up in a good mood. And the thing is, every time I talk to my friends, everybody's going through something. Guys, adulting will make you be a prayer warrior. Okay, you come to the ocean with your Bible to read. You have to be a prayer warrior by force. And to think that when we were children, we would see people crying in the church and judge, like, why are you crying? The sermon is not that deep. Until now. Until you hit 25. You see, after the age, after 25 and 30, that age is a very trying age. Okay, we're all trying. We're all trying our best, and it's like, oh my word. So Sana, I hit 26. I was still chilling. I was still cruising. I hit 27, and I was like, oh my goodness. Am I really gonna do this for the rest of my life? What am I gonna do for the rest of my life? Sana, no ways. I feel like I'm at a point in life where I just need change. And yesterday I was talking to my mom, and I was telling her that the thoughts that I'm having in my head, like I have thoughts where I just wanna give up, because like, what's the point of it? And then she was just like, no, when I get to that point, what I do is pray. And one thing that I gotta give to myself, man, is that I find comfort in the word of God. I'm so proud that I'm happy that my mom planted the seed of God in me, but of course I had to build that relationship with God by myself, like my personal relationship with God. And only when I'm now growing and becoming an adult, that relationship is important to me, and I'm making sure that I'm nurturing that relationship and that it grows on a daily basis, right? So, and one thing that I love about my friends as well as my mom, they would, like, we can never talk about life struggles and not bring up God. Like, everything, God's hand is in it. So it's very beautiful to have that support system, because you know that even if I'm feeling sad and I feel like, hey, I can't even open my Bible today, I have somebody that's gonna talk about God and just make me see that, listen, the only thing that you need is God's that's how I've been feeling as well, to say, yo, I have a lot of questions and nobody can answer them. And I even sit by myself and say, you know, the only person that can answer these things is God. Even if they don't come, but I will find comfort and peace in knowing that, you know what, I confided in God and this is what He's saying that I must do in the moment, and may His will be done. So yeah, anyway, I was talking to my mom yesterday as well. So she was telling me that when she is also feeling these emotions, what she does is she would kneel down and pray and whatnot. So I was like, it's very nice to, you know, when you get older now, the relationship with your parents change. Now you get to know family dramas and whatnot. But like, I've never put my mom on a pedestal in a sense that I just saw her as the superhero. Like, obviously, I did see her as someone who's very resilient and shows up all the time. But like, I've always wondered, yo, poor lady, like, who does she confide in? Who does she talk to about when she's feeling like how I'm feeling now? Because obviously, she's been my age, and there's no way she got to her 50s and she never thought about what's the purpose of life, what am I doing here, and like, you know, when you start questioning your impact in this life, right? So then she was telling me what she does. I'm like, it's very nice to grow and have that relationship where your mom can also say, you know what, I've been here before and you're gonna get through it, and this is what I do. So I just found it very beautiful. I just found it to be a very beautiful moment to share with my mom. Just a girl, you know, just a girl confiding another girl to say, listen, just pray, you'll be fine, man, you'll be fine. Just put God forward, and like the emotions that you're having, it's not something that is foreign to you. I've also had feelings like that, you know, but like you just need to show up. So it's just like, oh man, it's nice as well, because you know your parents are the people that set the foundation for you. So sometimes, you know, you don't want to be in a position where you can't talk to your parents because you feel like they're just gonna say, hey, this generation is very lazy, this generation doesn't want to do things, which is like, no man. Sometimes you wake up and you just want to resign from work. It's normal, but you just need to pray about it and push through, you know. God is the only person that is going to show up for you. So even when she was saying this yesterday, I was like, you know what, I'm very proud of myself that I've built a relationship with God to a point where if I'm feeling down or I'm feeling a lot of emotions that I cannot explain, I find comfort in the Word of God. And one thing that I've made sure not to do is to worry about the future, guys. I was reading The Alchemist and they were saying that there's a part, I don't remember what chapter it was, but it said that when you worry about the future and you want to know what's happening in the future, then it's no longer the future anymore. Because like, how can you hope for something that you already have or something that you know you're going to have? You're going to hope for something else, right? So if you know your future, then it's no longer the future. And if you keep worrying about the future, you're not in the present moment, and that's the time that you're losing out. It sounds, everybody says this, it sounds very cliche, but like you need to sit down and think about it and actually be like, you know what, for real, for real, like let me be in the present moment. If you stop worrying about the future and you show up in the present moment and show up and give your best and work for your earthly masters as if you're working for the Lord, your future is gonna be set already. If you're showing up today and making sure that you have a routine, maybe for example you have a routine and you're showing up on a daily basis, your discipline is on point, you're already setting yourself up for the future. So you're bound to have a good future. So that's something that you shouldn't worry about, but you should worry about making sure that the steps that you're taking today are setting you up for a good future. Instead of, where am I gonna be here? Where am I going to be here in the next 5 years? You should be focusing on what can I do today to make sure that I'm there in the next 5 years, right? So it's a very nice mindset to have all the time, to know that you can train your brain to start thinking like that and think positive like that all the time. One thing about my mom, she is a person that would celebrate other people as well, right? She's someone that, as much as you're going through a lot, Sana, if somebody is doing good, you have to be able to put that aside and congratulate people. So I think because I grew up like that, when I see people struggling to celebrate other people because they're going through a lot, it's something that I'm finding it hard to understand, but I'm still trying to give grace to people, right? I'm still trying to give grace to people to say, you know what, we didn't all grow up the same. And if somebody is trying to gather their emotions, give them that grace, right? You should hear the way my mom speaks about my friends. Like, I would be like, Mom, my job, I don't like it, I don't want to be here. Oh, by the way. And I'm like, oh, by the way, Mama just got a job. She's like, oh my God, congratulations, and she makes you now have a different perspective to say, listen, God is blessing your friends. So if God is blessing your friends, that means He's around, right? And I keep saying this all the time. I swear, if you look at my videos, I keep saying this all the time. If God is blessing your friends, God is in your neighborhood. That is your time to say, God, before you pass by, please do something for me. So I grew up knowing, listen, the moment you envy and jealous other people, that's when you delay yourself even further. So I grew up knowing how to clap for people, but I don't care how I'm feeling. If somebody is doing good, but somebody is doing good, I'm not gonna dim your light because I have certain emotions that I cannot control. I don't know, man. I've never had that moment. I've never had that moment where like I'm just feeling bad and somebody's good news just makes me feel way more horrible. Even the other day, man, I was in my emotions. I was PMSing and my friend was like, this happened to me today. I found myself smiling in the middle of a meltdown. I found myself smiling in the middle of a meltdown because I was like, oh, something nice is happening for somebody else. So we're not all going through a lot, which is what I love. Listen, we can't all as a friend group go through a lot. Other people need to be our hope. Other people need to be our light, right? We need to see what's happening in their lives so that we know that there's hope. We can't all go through it because once we all go through a lot, then you just feel like all hope is lost. Like nobody's doing good, so then what's the point of it? So if people are doing good, guys, please have a different perspective. I saw another video the other day. This guy said that he feels like he has to be at peace with the fact that he will never have the life that he dreamed that he would have at the age that he is. I was like, wow, that's so sad as well, but like it's the reality sometimes, because sometimes the expectations we set for ourselves, they're not gonna happen. Like they're not gonna happen, and you need to be at peace with being content with where you are and what you have, and being, oh, this is so sad, bruh. This is something that is sad to admit. Like to say, you know what, if it doesn't happen, I'm fine. If I don't get the life that I imagined, oh my word, we wait for the word to pass. Okay? Where you get to a point where you're like, you know what, if I don't get the life that I imagined for myself, I'm still gonna be okay. Yeah, that is so sad. That is crazy, because it literally speaks to that song. You know that song, yeah, Jeso Untikani, right? That song, yeah, Jeso Untikani. You know how at the end that man starts talking about how even if you take my mother, even if you take the people that I love, Jeso Untikani, yo, that is such a hard place. That is such a, I don't want to say hard, but like a very mature stage to be in. That's when like you are deeply rooted in God. Like you're deeply rooted and you know that, you know what, in this life thing there's nothing that I need apart from God. God is the only thing that I need in this life thing. To get to a point where you're like, I'm fine. If everything is taken away from me, I'm fine. Yo. Like you really need to get to a point where your faith is untouched, your faith is unmatched. And I actually think that's a beautiful place to be in, honestly. That's when you have your peace with no understanding. You're just peaceful and content. And honestly, I think sometimes that's the place that we have to be in, so that we don't just stress ourselves and just think about things that we can't even control. And yeah, I don't know, guys, let's get stress. Let's get stress. I think I'm also making this video for myself, that what I'm preaching, I must also live it. I must also live it. Practice what you preach, baby. But yeah, man, life is a discovery. Every single day we're discovering something. Find what you love. That's the most important thing. Pray about it if you don't know what it is. Find your purpose, because that's something that's gonna fulfill you. And your purpose is your purpose always involves helping other people. If the things that you want is things that only benefit you, that's just you having ambition. That's just you having ambition and wanting to fulfill your heart's desires. But if you want to fulfill your purpose, you just know all the time that your purpose is something that involves you helping other people. Just like how God blesses us so that we can bless other people. God doesn't bless you so that you can be selfish with your blessings and keep them to yourself. So God blesses you so that you can bless other people. So I always say, God, I just want, when people see me, they see a touch of God in me. Like whenever somebody says, man, there's something in you, I'm just saying, God, Sana, God, we're just making it through this life thing by the grace of God, honestly. Other than that, there's nothing else that is making us push through on a daily basis. So guys, moral of the story to myself, moral of the story, message to myself and to you: find what you love, be surrounded by the people that feed into you and love you, and just live life, guys. Live life. Don't take social media serious. It's not that deep, honestly. It really isn't that deep. So Nasham, when God gives me a chance to shine a light and speak about Him and praise Him, every chance I get, I will do that. And yeah, one thing about me, I build myself to be here brick by brick. Okay, I build this faith brick by brick. I build the friendship around me to be God-centered brick by brick. Okay, so Akinyake drama. I've always been one person who knew themselves. Guys, from a young age, my friends will tell you, my boundaries are my boundaries. Like, I've never been to I've never been that person. So I'm very proud of myself as well for knowing myself, Gili Omunyani, and sticking to that, because that's truly what I believed, right? It was not pressure from anybody or just taking on the personality. It really was truly me. And like, every time I even look at my old YouTube videos, I'm like, yo man, I found myself at such a young age. Like, as much as yes, life happens and we go through emotions, but the core, I knew like I've always known that. So if I can shine a light and maybe make a video that gives a glimpse of hope to somebody, why not? Why not? God makes us the way that we are. If we are positive people by nature, to just shine our lights. I've always been on a mission to build a community of like-minded people, and I'll continue to do that, Sana. Anyway, guys, last words: pray for discernment from God. And when you pray to God to bless you with bigger things and more blessings, also pray for the capacity to be able to handle those blessings. And yeah, more life, more, guys, life is always gonna have problems. So build a community around you that is God-centered. And always, when you cannot pray, have people that will pray for you. And yeah, signing out.